Welcome to the July 16th, 2026 Rainbow Lakes Estates Advisory Board Meeting. We ask that you silence all electronic devices and step outside to take calls. Outbursts and interruptions are not permitted. Please take your seat and help us maintain a respectful and productive meeting. Thank you for being here. There's a lot of you tonight. I like that. Agenda and public comment guidelines. Registered speakers have 5 minutes. Those signing up at the door have 2 minutes. Non-agenda items may be addressed during the public comment section of the meeting towards the end. Please state your name and address. Submit any supporting documentation to the district office representative at the end of the table here. And note that all remarks and materials become part of the official public record. We will have respectful conduct. Personal attacks against staff, board members, and volunteers will not be tolerated. Please keep comments respectful, within your time limit, and focused on meeting-related issues. And we thank you for your cooperation on that. Board meeting conduct for members and guests. If you wish to speak with someone in the audience during the meeting, please address the chair first. Direct conversation with board members or public speakers is allowed during the agenda or general public comment portions without going through the chair. And we thank you for maintaining a respectful and orderly environment. Now, we could do the invocation, please. O Holy One, known by many names, we thank you for every seat filled here today and for each mind and heart gathered in this room. You alone know what we are here to accomplish. We have our plans, ideas, talents, and time, but only you see the full picture in every life. We thank you that nothing is in vain and that even our mistakes can be used for good. Strengthen our confidence in who you created us to be and free us from comparison, that we may work together with unity and purpose. We bless this meeting, those present, all of the residents, volunteers, and employees of Rainbow Lakes Estates. May our efforts today ripple outward in ways that uplift and serve others. Now, if you wouldn't mind, please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jennifer, would you please take roll, please?
Yes. Okay, Amber Baumlander. Catherine Bryant. Here. John Connor.
Here.
Alan George McKay.
Here.
William Oberbeck.
Here.
Steve Stritzinger.
Right here.
And Dan Wilshusen.
Present. Okay. If there are no questions or concerns, if I could get a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting in May.
Make a motion to approve minutes.
I second. Motion. I have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. All right, I'm going to lead us off with our staff, or not staff reports, but our committee reports. I am still reporting on Levy County, and currently, this will be quick, code enforcement, we do have 2 new code issues out there, but all the rest of them, which we're looking at about 4, are currently with the magistrate and running through the process. Currently, there are no roads issues that need to be addressed at this time, and the same thing for public safety. That's all I have. George?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First is the incident reports. For the month of May, there were 59 total incidents, including 11 Rainbow Lakes Estates. And for June, there were 49 total incidents, including 5 for Station 14. Now, we didn't report last month because the meeting was not ours, it was the county's. Traffic signal update. I've received 2 updates from Patrick Smith, the FDOT professional engineer, since the last report. The project remains on schedule. The work document allowing the contractor to begin was sent out on April 15th, 2026. Equipment and materials are currently being procured due to long lead times of 4 to 6 months. Completion is anticipated for late fall 2026 or early 2027. The long-term material is the mast arms. That's the arms that go out over the road and hold the lights up. They take a long time, 4 to 6 months minimum. The July 4th fireworks. I would like to publicly thank Gary Levitt for hosting the July 4th fireworks. It was an excellent show that was greatly appreciated by the crowd at the community center, myself included. I recognize the significant personal expense involved and thank Gary and his friends for putting on such a great event. Kudos.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Code enforcement, after receiving a resident's complaint regarding code violations at a construction site for uncontained trash in a yard, I forwarded the issue to the appropriate department. Following up a month later, I learned the resident had not received a response. I have since visited the site myself and officially filed the violations.
Thank you, George. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome. And for community safety, this is something I'm going to keep doing this every single time. Finally, please remember, if you see something, report it. We can keep our community safe and clean by documenting, reporting all suspicious or criminal activity to the proper authorities. And as this gentleman is going to tell us later on, I'm sure that's going to be exactly what he's going to be interested
See
in.
something, say something.
And on a side note, this is not part of my official report. I just want to acknowledge my beautiful wife back there in the corner. Been married 49 years today.
Congratulations to
Thank you.
both of you.
Thank you. She's an angel.
All right, we don't have Amber tonight, so we'll skip Amber. Kathy, do you want to give us the updates on recreation, please?
The adult all age programs are morning miles.
I'm going to ask you to speak up a little bit. We have no mics and it's a little hard. Don't feel bad. Yell at me.
I will yell at
Thank you.
you. Anyway, Morning Miles is an all age fitness program that takes place every Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. at the Seacliff Park. All levels of fitness are welcome, from walking to running is free for residents. Maker's Monday is an adult crafting lunch every third Monday from 10 until 12 at the community center. It also is free. Coffee and Conversation is a resident's opportunity to meet and discuss ideas and concerns with the Rainbow Lakes State staff over coffee and
Snacks.
snacks. Yeah. Didn't sound right. It happens every second Wednesday of the month, at 10 a.m. at the district office. And it is also free. The Adult Night Out is an after-hours adult activity program featuring different activities each month, from game nights, bingo, trivia, and more takes place every first Thursday from 5:30 to 7:30. And I believe,
Volume.
it's at the youth center. The plant swap takes place every third Tuesday of the month at 4 p.m. at the community center. Bring a plant, take a plant, discuss plants. The youth center is open on Wednesdays and Fridays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. It is also open on early Tuesdays, release days, from 1 until 5 p.m. It is free and open to the public. Super Saturdays are on the third Saturday of each month from 12 until 5 at the youth center.
Are we bringing those back, the Super Saturdays?
No.
Oh,
They were
Cross
not,
that one off, Kathy.
yeah, they were not well attended, unfortunately.
okay.
I'll skip that one
Sorry, Kathy.
Sorry.
then. Tater Tots, Thursday, from 10 a.m. to noon. the community center for the little ones. It is free and it's open to the public when they live here alone. The rentals, the buildings and pavilions. We have buildings at the Seacliff Park. Pavilions are rentable for residents with a discounted fee. We call them district office. Kayak rental is available on Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Rental is $25 for 4 hours and $5 for each additional hour. Fitness center is open to residents 24/7. The building is spacious and clean. Registration appointments are available at the district office. And the annual fee is $25 per person, and I believe it's $40 for a couple. The Fiber Craft Club Society meets on the second and fourth Saturdays from 12 until 3 at the Creative Arts Center. They knit, crochet, and other fiber craft activities. Pins and Needles Stitch Club meets on Mondays from 10 until 2 at the Creative Arts Center. Poker Club also meets at the Creative Arts Center on Tuesdays and Fridays from 11 to 3. Domino Club meets on Fridays at 7 p.m. at the clubhouse, this building. Garden Club meets on the second Tuesday of every month at the community center. Actually, right now it's here. At 1 p.m. And they normally have a speaker on some kind of gardening topic, and plants and things. Anyway, the Dungeons and Dragons Club is on the second and fourth Fridays at 6:30 p.m. at the Creative Arts Center. Dance Club meets on the second and last Wednesday of the month at 6:30 p.m. at the Community Center. Lego Build and Chill meets on the first and third Saturdays from 4 till 7 at the Creative Arts Center. General club fees are $10 for residents and $15 for non-residents. One fee includes all the clubs, no matter how many you join. The back-to-school events are at the youth center. July 29th is an ice cream social from 5 until 8 p.m. It's free for kids, and adults are free as long as they bring some school supplies for a donation. July 30th is the pajama party from 5 until 8. It's family fun with snacks. And the float party for kids are at home. Oh, that's the 31st. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Sounds like we got a lot going on.
Yep.
I would double check on the dance group. My understanding is that they have canceled both the July and August, I think?
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that has to do with facilities.
Yeah, they don't like the fitness center yet. They'd rather wait for the community to come back.
Okay, as long as that club is okay with the
Yeah.
weight on it?
Yeah, that's what we
Okay.
told them. It's up to them, and they wanted to do the weight.
Okay, all right. John, do you have anything to report back on buildings and grounds?
No, not at the moment, but I would like to ask, is there an update on what's going on with the community center?
Yeah, we'll be discussing that in the agenda items.
Thought so, okay.
Okay.
I'm good then.
All right. Steve, anything other than what George took care of for
I
codes?
saw that traffic that he sent out, responded back then. Thank you very much for doing it.
Okay, that's it? And
Is it-
Will?
I have nothing to report.
Nothing on you, on roads, all right. This takes us to the municipal services and RLE staff reports. Chad, do you want to lead it off?
I actually do not have anything to report at this time.
Wow.
But I thank you for the opportunity. I
And,
appreciate the board.
okay, and Kathy and Jen, who's doing,
Jen will start.
okay.
I'm getting there. Coming. Okay. All right, so the staff report on program attendance. The fitness center in May was 261 signed in. and in June, 226. The youth center in May, 31, and in June, 123.
Wow,
Nice.
that is nice.
Tater Tot Thursdays, 20 in May and 25 in June. Morning Miles was 43 in May and 51 in June. Makers Monday was 12 in May and 15 in June. Adults Night Out was 8 people in May and 15 in June.
Because it's fun.
Plant Swap was 15 in May and was 15 in June. Domino's Club had 40 in May, 33 in June. Dance Club had 3 in May and 5 in June. Dungeons and Dragons had 16 in May and 18 in June. Fibercraft Society had 23 in May and 25 in June. Garden Club had 14 in May and 21 in June.
Good.
Pins and Needles had 23 in May, 36 in June. Poker Club had 25 in May and 25 in June. Legos Build and Chill Club had 18 in May and 18 in June. Meet and Eats were in May, the pancake breakfast, where 53 people were in attendance. In June, we had our Grill and Chill Meet and Eat, and there was 111 people in attendance.
Much better.
Special events and programs in May, we had Moms and Masterpieces, which was attended by 30 people. And then we did not have a special event in June. So the total for May was 635, and the total for June was 767.
Excellent.
That is a nice jump.
Expense and revenue summary. The Rainbow Lakes Estates General Government expenses year-to-date is $379,962. Revenues year-to-date are $293,800. The balance is $86,162. Rainbow Lakes Estates Recreation Budget. Expenses year-to-date are $41,188. Revenues year-to-date are $277,472. Balance is $284. Excuse me. Rainbow Lakes Estates Road and Street. Expenses year-to-date $633,011. Revenues year-to-date $707,000 with $371,000. Sorry, tongue-tied. Balance is $74,360. The work orders for June, we had 24 complete and we still have 4 open. That's as of last week. And then year to date, we have 137 work orders complete. The rentals booked for year to date, community center, you'll notice no movement, obviously, because it is being remediated. There is still 16 year to date. The pavilion, pavilion rentals are 13 year to date, and clubhouse is 8. In addition to the staff report, also very quickly just want to reiterate, obviously, from the attendance, we do have our summer program right now that is Wednesdays through Thursdays from 1 to 5. I see some parent faces and grandparent faces out there at the youth center, and it is performing really well. We are, obviously, that's the increase in numbers in June, is we are getting tons of kids. Today I failed miserably at a Mentos and Coke experiment, but we do feature something every day. He's laughing at me. We do feature something every day that's different. We also have water days, giant slip and slide, stuff like that. So if you do have any children or grandchildren visiting, please send them over 1 to 5, Wednesday to Friday. And then also our adult night out continues to grow from month to month. This month that's coming up for August is Singo. It is a musical bingo. No, you do not have to sing. So it's just going to be musical bingo, and you can ask some folks here who also attended that. It's a ton of fun. So, and we have prizes. So that's the first Thursday of every month, and that program is still going strong. The other program that really is performing, also see some recognized faces, is the Morning Miles program. That is every Tuesday. Right now, because the weather is so warm, Megan has moved up the start time to 7:30 so we can avoid some of that Florida sun. So that is starting a little bit earlier if you're interested every Tuesday morning. The treadmill, I want to give an update on the treadmill at the
yes.
center. There is an actual replacement selected. I'm just working through the funding to get that piece. It will be a commercial level treadmill is what we're planning on getting. The current ones that we do have in there, we do have 2 residentials that were donated previously. And that, I think, is why maybe one hasn't lasted as long, is because it really wasn't meant for the type of usage that we have in our fitness center. So that's why we're going to move to a commercial one. So that is in the process, that is coming. There's signs there if you didn't see. So I appreciate your patience as we work through that. And then also, one other thing is we do have, I believe Miss Kathy mentioned it, but I just want to do a real quick plug for the back to school bash week. On the Wednesday, we have the ice cream social. You do not have to have kids if you want to come. All you have to do is bring a school donation, and you can get some ice cream with us. We are collecting those donations across the county, but with our area specifically, it goes to Romeo and to the local schools in Denellen. So it does directly go to the students that live in Rainbow Lakes Estates and the surrounding area here. So that's on Wednesday, on the 29th. On the 30th, we have a pajama party for kids at the youth center, pizza party and fun. And then on Friday, we have a blow party. So, and you can donate throughout the whole month. You'll see a flyer. So you also, if you can't make it to any of those occasions, feel free to drop by our office and bring a back to school item, and we'll still have that there. We won't have the ice cream though, sorry. But that's all I got for this report, thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Chairman. Great report. Wondering if we could get added to this, the coffee and conversation numbers, so we could see those.
Oh yeah, I could do that, totally.
And we have this thing that is growing, it seems like weekly, which is this summer bash that we're offering at the youth center. Can we also get those numbers on here so we can track that? Because
Yeah,
again, this is another great opportunity for everyone to see that we are growing.
I think the youth center number of
Yes.
128 is reflecting the summer bash.
That is our total monthly.
Now, what we're,
yeah.
I think what
Okay.
he's asking for is, can you do a breakout on that one?
Of the events that are
Yeah,
coming
just-
at the end of the month, yeah.
No, just the attendance for the summer program.
Oh, just summer, okay,
Yeah.
so the whole summer, so yeah, I can do that, add it all up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can you add coffee and conversation in there?
Yes,
Because
yeah.
that's a monthly thing.
Yeah, because I was surprised. I went this last one, and there was quite a few residents of that.
My understanding is it's
Total
growing
summer
also.
programs.
It's my understanding is growing also.
Yeah, growing,
Yeah. And then I had further follow-up items. I think this will fall down on you, Chad. Looking at the revenue numbers for general government, I don't see them climbing the way they should be, considering where we are in the fiscal year.
Decline?
They're not increasing the year-to-date number for revenues. So I'd like you to check on that. And then I'll ask Joe, when we get to your report about the 74,360, because that is dropping from what our balance was. So I'd like to know what the big hitters are on that. But I'm getting ahead now. Katie?
Yes, Katie Britton, Community Manager. I know in May, we asked about having participation numbers year over year or a look back. I haven't figured out how to best put that on a full report, but I do have some updates to give you. So I did it year over year from June 2025 to June 2026. We have a 70% increase in total participation, with 90% increase in club participants, 81% in program participants, and 66% increase in youth center and fitness center together.
Can you send that to me?
Absolutely. And that is an increase of 4 clubs and 4 monthly programs added since last summer. And last June, we had 14 rentals. This June, we have 37 rentals total.
That's
across
good.
all the rental facilities.
Yes, that's good.
Sorry.
I also realized that last June, we had a fraction of the staff that we have now, and we shut off a lot of recreation. So I also took a number from February 2026, just so we can see last quarter. We have a 33% increase in total participation from February, a 4% decrease in club participation, 68% increase in program participants, and 41% increase in centers for youth and fitness centers. So,
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in these numbers.
yeah, absolutely. And it's 28 rentals from February to 37 now in June.
Okay.
So I did want you guys to have that information on how we are growing. And we haven't cut any of the clubs or the programs that we were doing previously, we've only added.
Added,
We've
correct.
maintained those numbers and added new.
Okay.
I did also want to update you that Megan is our new staff assistant in the office.
Mhm.
Her full-time position for the rec leader will not be filled. That is a county initiative because we are an effective budget. So we're waiting until November to decide what we're gonna do with that position. So right now we are not filling it. So we are back down to a slightly reduced staff. We have one part-time rec leader,
Mhm.
and Megan will be running all of our programs at this time.
Have we approached our part-timer for a modification in hours?
We haven't approached her, well, we've kind of leaned on her already.
We've asked
Okay.
nicely.
Yes.
All right, but we haven't received.
We don't know if
any.
it'll be permanent, we've already asked her.
But
to
she
leave
is
some
filling
for-
it then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And just for the board's information, that hiring freeze is county wide right now.
Oh, I understand that. I was on the phone.
Two stickers.
Is that it, Katie?
I have two more things. Thank you, Will. He has made the hookup for our August 20th guest from the county. It will be the Water Resources Liaison from
Awesome.
OCE. He made that connection for us. We confirmed he will be here August 20th with a presentation for us. And then I have your update on the postcard. I have a copy of it.
I was just about to ask you.
Yes. I pulled the 2025 sales report from the property appraiser and went through it one by one to see all the parcels that were in Marion County estates. There were 291 new sales within this district. So that's who I've identified can receive this postcard. I went through them and also pulled out like the developer ones versus actual people.
Correct, right.
So I'm down to 291 addresses that we can send these to. So to order 500 of these printed front and back, and then the postage to mail them to all of those people will be just under $600.
All right,
to
do
complete
we
that
have
project.
that
We do have it.
postage fee in the
We-
current budget?
We do have it.
I thought we did, but I wanted
Yeah, I
to make
didn't touch
sure.
it.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So I'm happy to go ahead and pull the trigger on that.
Thank you, would you please?
Absolutely. That's
All
I
right,
have.
is that it?
That's all.
All right, Joe, talk to me.
The roads maintenance crew is doing well. We finished 28 total work orders in June. This so far, we're on 21, so I expect us to exceed the June number by a few. We are currently in the second mowing cycle. We have completed 482 miles out of 661, and we're currently in Levy County, and we should be finishing that up and then going on to get back to our third mowing cycle. We did have a couple, we had the tractor and the front loader go down, some minor maintenance. So we've already got the tractor back up, and the loader, we're just waiting some parts, hydraulic parts to come in, and that will be back up as well.
This
So
isn't the
it's-
new one, right?
No,
Okay.
it's the ones we've had for a while.
Thank you. 'Cause I'm like, please tell me
Unfortunately,
it's
the
not the new
hydraulic
one.
lines and stuff, they wear and stuff,
Right.
so we had the special order for it, so it was no major issue. During the heavy rains of the weekend of 7/11 and 7/12, we did have several trees fall across the road. We had a large oak tree fall on Indian. We did send somebody out and cleaned up those without any major issues or concerns. There was a data line that fell across the road as well. We got coordination with the fire department and the internet company and got that put up so that traffic wouldn't be obstructed. Pete is getting ready to get new flowers in the front entry beds up there, so in the next 2 weeks you should be seeing a whole bunch of beautiful new flowers, and so we expect those to be coming in, and we'll be watering those as well. Also, speaking of Pete, I know we talked about it last time, but the Ivy Road project, the bid is gonna be due on the 13th of August. So we'll be widening that from 18 to 20 feet. We are gonna reclaim and resurface, and our estimated cost is gonna be $850,000. We expect the job to go no longer than 120 days, and we should be finished in late September. That is 1.5 miles of road. So as things keep going, we'll keep you up to date on that.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you just circle back with me, send me an email if you want. I just wanna know what the drop was.
Yeah, let me look into it and see exactly, and then I can break it down for you.
Which account was that?
This is for RLE Road and Streets. And I'm sure it was just because like initially when we go into the year, we see that their budget decrements immediately, but that's for long-term contracts over the years period. And it usually holds pretty firm. And this time I'm seeing about a $20,000 drop, and it could be about 10 grand per month because we missed a meeting. But I'm just curious as to what is causing that significant drop in funds.
Yeah, I'll have to look into it. I don't remember any significant 20 grand hit that we've taken in the last
Well,
month or two.
like I
Yeah.
said, it could be around the 10
Yeah,
grand
yeah.
pocket too. It's just that we see it repeated, so
I'll get
I
back
just,
with you.
yeah, I just want to validate what's going on with that. All right, I think that's it I have for Joe. I am kind of curious though, we do have quite a number of roads still that have not been touched. They're not on the list or anything out in the Levy County section that are truly not really even paved anymore. I mean, I'm
Right.
sure they were in '68. They haven't been
Right.
touched since. And I am noticing development on those roads. So the question posed now is, at what point does that get triggered? And I think I've asked this once before, but it never was answered.
I would say that we do the roads based on how much housing and stuff is around.
That's
them.
why I'm
The more-
asking.
The more important roads that are in the worst condition are getting done first.
Absolutely.
Those high traffic roads, and then we go as
Yeah,
normal.
like Marine, Ivy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
IV's sub-base is failing, so the road is failing. So
Correct.
it was one of those emergency ones that we had the funds scheduled in this year to do it.
Mhm.
So we didn't want to miss out and then have it hit on the next fiscal year.
No worries, just a couple of things to.
Yes,
send-
I'll
send
speak with
on.
Pete and I'll help confirm on that, but that I'm.
Yeah, because
I'm
normally my
pretty
take on it
confident.
is that if I'm not seeing development on it, I don't worry about it.
Right.
However, I am starting to see development on unpaved roads in Levy County, and that starts to give me a little bit of concern. So I just want to check.
Well, I know Pete has a plan on which roads we're doing and stuff, and so.
Exactly, and I have a copy of that already.
Chairman, I believe historically it is done, it's basically case by case. The idea was the more roads you pave, the higher your maintenance will be. And so
Exactly.
Kind of play it, case by case, play it by ear, see
Mhm.
how many complaints you're getting, if they even want to pave the road.
Got it. Okay. We don't have Lieutenant Moore this evening, but we do have Corporal Remington, who will be giving us a presentation here shortly. I just want to get through a couple of old business items, one of them being the Creative Arts Center and Architectural Report. I believe you have that available now, the new plans that we had discussed. However, I want to talk to the board about this because with the sales tax initiative that's sitting in Tallahassee right now, and the fact that we have a down building, I think we need to hold off on doing our Creative Arts Center until we at least get the Creative Arts Center back, or the community center back up. Because we're limiting the number of buildings that we can actually use. Because if we take the Creative Arts Center offline now, that puts all the clubs in here. And currently, this is taking spillover from the community center for rentals. So I need to make sure that we're all on the same page for like just postponing that right now.
Insurance isn't covering it,
Covering what?
covering the sinkhole.
Oh, that is covering the sinkhole,
There's a
absolutely,
deductible.
but then,
There will be a deductible,
What's the deductible?
25,000.
and then
Yeah,
even.
but what, hang on, okay. That's the deductible. What's the cost of the repair,
The remediation alone is 150,000.
right? $150,000 just to start. So $25,000 insurance that we all pay for is not, in my opinion, is not bad.
No,
So.
no.
But that's 25,000, so what's the cost of the other center though?
We don't have the cost on that yet because it hasn't gone out to bid, I believe. But the other issue too is that that's the remediation of the sinkhole. That building still does not have a sewage system yet. And they won't do it until after the sinkhole is taken care of.
Has the permit been approved?
Yes, that has They finally got that through Tallahassee, but it's waiting until the sinkhole has been remediated before they'll start the septic system.
And the septic system's not covered by insurance?
No.
Well, we got, is the septic system covered by insurance?
We're looking into it.
Okay.
Oh, I did not know we were gonna try.
I submitted it to be considered.
Oh, you did?
No promises.
Okay. Please let us know.
So what's the septic system repair cost?
It is, we put 7 down and then we had to put another 7. Yeah, 14,000.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
Still at 39.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that bad. What's the cost of the creative arts center?
We don't know yet.
Yeah, I think his main concern is that we would be down a building to place people in until this one is back up, if we close the Creative Arts Center.
Yeah, we're close to Christmas.
And with the sales tax initiative, we're not sure what the revenue here is gonna be after that takes place.
Do we have an idea of the timeline of the mediation?
Not yet.
Did you get that?
Yeah, but I'm confused. Why don't, I understand
Yeah.
nobody here has anything to do with it. Why don't we know when
Foundation
the,
Services just met this week to put the plan together, so they haven't gotten us the proposal back with the timeline on it yet.
okay, do we have a guess?
I don't know yet. No, they've been working with the insurance company as well on our risk management, so.
Okay. I'm ready for you.
Yeah, I'm asking the same questions you are, Steve. You know?
No,
But it's
look,
like-
I'm on board.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on board for whatever, we'll see what.
You're feeling the same thing I am. It's like we're getting pinched now, and it's like I would really
Well-
like to see this thing move along,
Well,
so.
but we can still use the Creative Arts Center, right?
Right now
We're
we
not-
can.
We're not doing anything, we're not shutting anything down, we're doing daily maintenance, weekly maintenance on Community Arts Center. We've
Mm-hmm.
got the bathrooms fixed, we got the locks fixed down there. That place is utilized, I mean, I know that Lego's meeting down there, Dungeons and Dragons, everybody's meeting down there.
Oh, yeah, Pins and Needles, the Fiber
Yeah,
Club,
most
they're all
clubs
down
meet in
there.
the Creative Arts.
And that's what I'm saying, is like, I know that we're moving forward on it. It hasn't gone to bid yet, but I don't want to push that yet until we get some numbers back on when this will be back online.
Yeah, that's good.
Steve, I will say the last sinkhole I did work remediation on took about a month. That was different because we were repairing a pool, not a building, so there's some variations in there.
Didn't we just have mediation over the tennis courts?
They did the test on it, and what they found is that it's not a sinkhole, that it's actually just erosion.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask, didn't we have a sinkhole there like 4 years ago?
I don't have the information on
No,
this.
okay, that's fine. All right.
Before our time.
We can check. I mean,
No, I don't care. I mean, I thought we lost the tennis courts before we recoded them to a sinkhole.
Oh, that would have been more than 4 years then.
Yeah, you're right, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that would have been 6 to 8 years.
That's fine.
Okay.
So, 2 months to fix the problem, and how long is the septic system gonna take?
That shouldn't probably take more than a couple of weeks.
So another month?
Yeah.
So where are we
If
at?
we can, if they would drop the nut on us and say, we can do it now, you
That's-
know?
That's January next year, right?
Don't say that.
It is? No, I'm.
I'd like to have it up so that we can do at least our resident Christmas dinner there and the
Where is-
Holly Jolly.
We're at 7. We're at 7 right now, so it's going into 8, month 8.
Mhm.
So insurance gets it all figured out. That's 8, 9.
Don't put
Right.
the evil on us, Steve.
I know, he's like
No,
working
because-
some voodoo down there at the end.
I would much rather make sure that I'm all for it.
Yes.
Everybody's losing because that thing isn't up and running.
Mhm.
Everybody, all of us are losing because of that. So, yeah, I'm all for it, but, it would, after that, we still have to put the septic field in.
Yeah.
So we're real close, we're November.
Mm-hmm. And then kicker to all of this, come October, the new budget goes into effect, and that one is slated for a new roof.
Yeah, but they can do the roof while we're still renting it out.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're all in agreement that we're gonna kind of take our foot off of the accelerator on the Creative Arts Center. I do think that we need to, at least on the back side of it, continue the process so that we at least have some numbers. So I don't know,
I can get the architect to give me a rough estimate.
that would be
I
good.
can do, I mean, it's gonna be a very, very rough estimate. but-
Understood, I mean, but I don't know if we really wanna go out to bid right now.
Yeah, correct.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely, 100%.
But we would like to have at least a ballpark so that this board knows how we can budget for this thing.
You can absolutely do that.
Okay.
I'll get a rough estimate, and I'll also, I can email you the set of plans that we also can review as well.
Yeah. The ones that I did get a chance to peek at, I liked. The modifications that they made. Remember there was a hallway in the back?
And open it up to the back side. We budgeted for that for next year, right?
It's actually a capital project, so that money will carry over in our balance forward for capital.
But we still budgeted.
Yes, it is budgeted.
What was that number?
I missed it.
I
Sorry, I was
thought
getting numbers.
the budget for the renovation on the Creative Arts, I thought it was like 136. Isn't that what we had budgeted?
I don't have it with me, I just went through all of our budgets, so. it's all
Okay, so yeah, I'm not even
I
gonna
will
put him
tell
on the
you,
spot
Steve,
now because there's too many numbers rolling around.
She did tell us that in the last meeting, the rough estimate was 250,000. That was before we made the change though, for that outside door, so that way the park can use.
250 is what we were looking at.
250 is what it is now. I'll have him give me a new estimate with a new set of plans that I'll send you guys that has the door, accessing the park.
Yes, because the park is there, we've got to have access to restrooms. But it's also important that we also make it available so that people can access the restrooms without going to the exterior of the building.
But we're 100% under budget.
We're what?
We budgeted 130, and the number that we guessing at right now is 250. So we could easily make that 260, and we would have only budgeted 50% for the Creative Arts. Am I wrong?
Right, but here's the good part about that. Because of the fact that it's being delayed, that puts us into the next fiscal year where we'll pick up additional capital dollars, if I'm not mistaken.
You do have the additional capital dollars that we can use for that, yes, sir.
130,000.
We'll see what comes out in the carry forward.
Where's the money coming from?
We have to see where we are at the end.
Okay.
So, all right, the next one I wanted to bring up was the geo report and updates for the community center, but I think we may have just beaten that into the ground. And then the event signage. Did we all come to an agreement on what we were doing for the event signage? Because we need to come up with a resolution on that. And then that has to be placed, because that won't happen this year. That's gonna be a next,
Did it get tabled because of that?
yeah.
So bringing it up now,
But we need to know what we're going to budget for next year for this. That's what I'm saying, we need to get in front of it, because if you wait until October and then open it up for discussion, you won't have that sign until you're 6 months into the year.
isn't our budget already approved, and since there's not a line for that, where are we gonna fund that money?
We were talking about taking that from contingency initially,
Yeah. And,
so. You wanna wait? We'll wait. Then
No,
we
I
can-
don't wanna wait.
We can table it for the new budget. I think that would be the smart thing to do anyway.
I mean, what's coming out of Tallahassee is gonna mess our whole budget up.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Not for October, but the following.
Yeah.
Following
Chairman,
it.
if I can
And the-
remind you on our minutes last month, we also had code enforcement tell us some new rules about the signage that we had to consider. And we were talking about meeting with those property owners up front and getting a new place for the signage. So maybe tabling it until we have the location pinned down is.
That might be a good idea too, because that is an issue, because we were talking about putting it in the easement where those current posts are, and code enforcement was not happy about that decision.
I think location is gonna dictate a lot of what type of sign and what type of investment you make on the sign as well.
Is your staff working on that? Reaching out to them?
We can, we have not yet.
Okay, well, let's at least start that then, and get that process rolling. All right. That leads us to new business. So now I'm going to turn this over to Corporal Remington, if you are ready.
I'm ready. Thank you for having me come out. Is it all right if I move this?
Absolutely.
All right. This is for everybody as much as it is for the board, so I'm gonna turn it where I can see everybody. All right. So I was asked to come out here and kind of give a very 1,000-foot overview of what neighborhood watch is. That way everybody can be on the same page and see if there's any interest. The sheriff's office has revitalized, I guess would be the right word, an old program. We used to have neighborhood watches all over the county back in the 80s. And of course, with change of sheriffs, it has gone by the wayside. And our current sheriff says, hey, we need to bring that back. There's a lot of success there. And so we are revitalizing. So to tell you about neighborhood watch, I got to give you a little bit of what it is, a little bit what it isn't. And if there's an interest, we can do a full-on training of neighborhood watch. What it is it's basically a way to assist law enforcement by being our eyes and ears. It was already mentioned earlier, if you see something, say something. That's a pretty old initiative, but that's literally what it is. If you see something going down and it looks suspicious, you have the authority as a citizen of Marion County to call it in. Hey, something's going on over there. It don't look right. I need somebody to check it out. Absolutely do that. If you see something, call it in. You know your neighborhood a lot better than I do. I worked patrol for 15 years. I can come into your neighborhood every day and you're still gonna know your neighborhood better than I am. I can patrol through it and answer calls for service, but you're gonna know your neighborhood a lot better than me. You can, as you're coming and going, as you go to the store, as you come home for the evening, whatever it is, you are seeing what your neighborhood looks like, and you're gonna know if something's out of place. In addition to suspicious incidents and calling things in, neighborhood watch is a means of communicating amongst the group, the neighborhood itself. So we have a neighborhood watch way out 40, almost to the National Forest. It's a small neighborhood. And those guys will go around and check on folks that are invalids. They know that they have 6 or 7, 8, 10, however many guys that are basically confined in their homes, and they'll go check on them. They're neighbors looking out for neighbors. So it's not just looking for crimes, it's looking out for one another. But it is reporting anything that you see that's out of the ordinary. You know what to look for. The big part of neighborhood watch and why it works is the communication. Communication amongst yourselves, amongst the team, amongst whoever you've got involved, and with law enforcement. If you're able to communicate with us and share something that's going on, then we'll be able to take action on it. It's practicing situational awareness as you're coming and going, being aware of your surroundings, being aware of what's going on. Like I teach my daughter who's 17 and driving. Pray for me. Don't drive like this. Right? Obviously, I want you paying attention to traffic because I don't want you getting in a wreck. But in addition to driving and looking at the roadway, let your head be on a little bit of a swivel as you're coming and going from your neighborhood. Check on what's going on with your neighbor's house. Is there any issue? Somebody climbing through his window? That might be something to call it, right? But what it is not, I have to explain what it is not. Neighborhood watch is not an aggressive security force. Right? No pitchforks, no torches, leave that at home. What's the lady's name in that old TV show?
Mrs. Kravitz.
That's it.
Mrs. Kravitz.
Mrs. Kravitz. We're not
Gladys.
yes, we're not bringing everybody into a team and saying, all right, you're now Mrs. Kravitz, go and do your thing. No, we're not doing that. So it's not that. Please do not be in the nosy neighbor. Paying attention is different from looking in your neighbor's window. Alright, okay, everybody's on the same page. We're not advocating for peeping Toms. Don't do that. But we do want you paying attention. We do want you looking at something's out of the ordinary, letting us know. It's also not law enforcement. I can't swear everybody in you know, raise your right hand, you're now a deputy. I can't do that. So I can't give you all of the authority of law enforcement. However, I do need to mention that everybody in the state of Florida is allowed to carry a firearm. Well, I shouldn't say everybody. If you're not, as long as you're not a felon, as long as you're of age, you can carry a firearm. You do not have to have a permit. Okay, so that don't make you a cop. Just means that you're armed. Also, citizens within the state of Florida are allowed to do a citizen's arrest. Now, that being said, a citizen's arrest is something that is basically exigent circumstances. So, a good example of a citizen's arrest is we had a guy call in, said there's a guy on the road, I'm pretty sure he's drunk, he looks like he's drunk, he's driving slow, speeding up, he's weaving in and out of his lane, he looks really bad. I think you guys need to come and do a traffic stop. Can that citizen calling that in do a traffic stop? No, of course not. Can he push the guy off the road and pull him out of his car and arrest him? No, of course not. That would be absurd. But this particular incident, he's following him, staying on the phone with the call taker while they're dispatching units to go out there and investigate. While he's on the phone with him, this particular individual pulls into a gas station. So the reporting party pulls in at a safe distance. He's telling the call taker what's going on. Call taker's saying, yeah, don't get involved, please don't approach the guy, you know, for safety, whatever. He said, well, his hands are empty and he's going inside. Can a citizen talk to another citizen? Yeah. So he approaches the guy and he says, hey man, I like your car. He engages him in conversation. Literally stalls the guy right there in just friendly conversation until law enforcement could pull into the parking lot and conduct the investigation. That was basically a citizen's arrest. But he did it in a friendly way and the guy had no clue that it was this citizen calling in on him. So that's a good way to do it. Citizen's arrest is basically an exigent circumstances kind of thing. So keep that in mind. It is also, excuse me, it is also a program that's completely free. There are no tax dollars being tied up with Neighborhood Watch. I'm getting paid regardless of whether I'm out here or at the office. I'm getting paid anyway. So your tax dollars are not getting any. You're not spending any extra to have a Neighborhood Watch. So I can teach it, and everybody can get on the same page, and it's not a cost to it. How to get started? We recommend a couple of ways to get started, but the whole idea of Neighborhood Watch is law enforcement will come out, instruct you on the ins and outs of it, kind of give you some details, kind of give you some pointers, and then turn you loose to fly. All right, give it all into the neighborhood, let the neighborhood take over. We are not going to do background checks on anybody. So the folks that live here are your neighbors. If you want to get everybody involved, get everybody involved. The way we suggest to do it is to have a meeting. So this is a meeting, this is an initial meeting to see if there's interest. But to have a meeting, hold a meeting somewhere. I parked next to that building, next to some cones. Is that okay? Whether it's in that building, this building, wherever it is, you're gonna have a meeting. You can even have the meeting in somebody's backyard. I've done meetings by pools. So, hey, it's cool. I took my shoes off and standing there in socks. It was great. But we'll do the meeting wherever. We'll instruct, we'll give the information, and then the folks that are involved, the folks that want to be involved, will elect a watch leader or whatever you want to call them. You decide who you get to lead your group. Now, some groups, I've had to caution them. They say, oh, well, Drill Sergeant Adams over here is going to be the one to take charge of everything. Yeah, okay. That's a great attitude. He may take charge of a lot of stuff with his type A personality. But look for somebody that has some logistical skills, communication skills, those kind of things. Look for that. You may end up having your old grandma being in charge of it because she's able to keep everything organized. That's great. But whoever you put in charge, just know that they can't do all the work. So you put somebody in charge, let's say we get George McKay to be in charge of it. Well, he's one person, he can't manage the whole thing. So you're going to need to elect some kind of structure for the group, for the team. You're gonna build a team with a person in charge that can be the main guy to communicate with maybe law enforcement or maybe our local, or the detective for this, zone. But he needs to be able to disseminate some of that information to some block captains or sergeants, whatever you wanna call them, and get it to the team, to the group. So elect somebody, but then give them some help. Schedule regular meetings. You're gonna be more frequent at the beginning while you're getting everything started, but you can slack off to maybe a quarterly meeting if everybody's on the same page and everybody's good. You wanna make sure that you invite your neighbors, make sure that the whole neighborhood is aware of what's going on, so as they see some guys going down their street 4 times the same day, what's this guy doing? Well, he might be part of the neighborhood watch, right? So if everybody's aware of it, then the communication is there and open, then everybody can be on the same page with it. Then we also recommend getting an app, something like the Neighbors app or the Nextdoor app, something like that, that allows some communication. But in addition to the communication, you can geo-fence where you're communicating. You can communicate with the folks that have that app, but only in this geo-fence. That's a good tool. You can upload surveillance camera footage to those kind of apps. Those are kind of helpful. We recommend also that you follow the Sheriff's Office Facebook page. Hey, we'll plug there. The reason is because we'll see trends and we'll just put out trends to the whole county. So if you're paying attention to what our trends are, maybe you can communicate that within your team. That way everybody's on the same page. Boom, I ran through all that. Are there any questions? I got it done in 5 minutes.
I'm like very impressed.
I'm happy with that. Are there any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, based on the many years of experience, when is the time that most crimes are committed? Is it during the day or is it in the evening?
So that's a great question. What's the time frame most crimes are committed? It depends on the crime. So I worked 7 years on nights, a couple years on swing, and then several years on day shift, and I was busy all the time. When I was on nights, after 3 a.m., it slacked off. We had to go looking for stuff, and then we'd find an occasional drunk on the road. But after 3 a.m., it was pretty chill until people started waking up and calling us in and saying somebody broke into my car last night. So it depends on the type of crime.
Another question.
Sure.
You know, the neighbors being involved, I'm just trying to find a purpose to resolve. Is there a vehicle that the community can use that would have neighborhood watch?
Mhm.
That's up to you guys.
So,
Yeah. If y'all want to do that,
what's
that's
the purpose?
yeah. So the purpose isn't so much to be seen as it is to see. Right? So if you had a vehicle that said neighborhood watch and a criminal comes in and he's staking out the place and he sees a neighborhood watch vehicle coming through and he pretends to be doing something until the vehicle's gone, he sees you and sees you when you're gone. Now he's back to doing his shenanigans and
I have to stop.
right, it might not stop. But if you're going through the neighborhood like normal traffic and he is seen because you're observant, you can do a lot more with that. So, yes, ma'am.
So with RLE being both in Marion and Levy County, is this going to cover both counties?
Yeah, if your neighborhood is in both counties, then you would do it as your neighborhood. Yeah, absolutely. Because that's not even a factor. So if you call 911, regardless of where you're at, your phone automatically pings to the nearest call center, and then at the call center, they get it's a temporary GPS location, but it's a triangulation from the tower, is what it is. They'll get a temporary from every phone. That's how phones work with call takers. When they get that, they will determine whether you are in their jurisdiction or the neighboring jurisdiction. So they work that out right up front.
So Levy County Sheriff is okay with us establishing?
Yeah, it's not a factor. It's up to you guys. All I'm doing as the sheriff's office coming out is just giving you the information. It's you guys doing the work. So yeah, no factor.
No matter what your cell phone number is?
Yeah,
It knows where you are,
correct.
but it used to be different. I got a question. Florida being a stand your ground
Mhm.
state, what's the criteria
Great question.
for you feeling that your
Great
life is
question.
in danger to take the appropriate
It's not even-
actions to protect yourself?
It's not even your life that's gotta be in danger. Her life can be in danger and I can defend
On
her.
top of me.
Yeah, so great question. What is the criteria? The criteria is if you have a legal right to be somewhere,
Like my own property?
or the parking lot of Publix.
Okay.
You have a legal right to be somewhere, and you have a legal right to defend yourself and others.
Is there an age limit?
To defense, no.
So if they're under 18 or 20 or 21?
And they defend themselves, that's completely fine.
There's
In
a lot of
fact,
kids up there.
in fact, I go around to schools. I go around to schools and I ask 6-year-olds, is it okay for you to poke an adult in the eye? And all the kids go, no, that's not okay. I said, why not? And they go, what? And so then I talk to the parents, the teachers, and the kids at the same time. I say, if the situation is that somebody's trying to harm you, are they allowed to harm you? And of course everybody says, no, of course they're not allowed to harm you. I said, that's right, I want you to remember this. Rule number 1 is nobody has a right to harm you. And I tell 6-year-olds this. Nobody has a right to harm you. That's rule number 1. You remember that. And I go over it several times and I get it and repeat. Then I say, if somebody's trying to harm you, then what? Well, I don't know. Rule number 2, you have a right to stop them. So, if you poke an adult in the eye in order to prevent them from harming you, I'm going to call you a hero.
Can I just mention something else?
Sure.
We were personally involved in a situation where we had juvenile delinquents coming to our home, throwing rocks, egging the house, for no really no reason. They actually, we bought a piece of property and intimidated over me. And she was too afraid. I did call 911. And I looked for support. I did not get it from Marion County. They did not come out. No, not that I want to hurt anybody, not that I
Right.
want to deal with a gun, not that I want to kill anybody, especially a kid. But, they did come back and, my husband said, I want to deal with guns, but they're coming on our property. Why can't I go chase them, knock them down, and just grab them? And he said, no, you can't. They're protected, you'll be charged.
Yeah,
So I'm just saying-
if you're being the aggressor, if you
No,
are being
no,
the
no, no,
aggressor.
no.
Right, so if somebody comes on my property and I am being threatened and I defend myself, totally fine. Somebody comes on my property and I challenge them and they take off running and I chase them down and shoot them in the back.
Well, they come on their property and.
If I chase them down and shoot them in the back, who's the aggressor?
And
Well,
us, attack us.
Right, if I'm being
Physically
attacked,
and verbally or mentally.
if I'm being attacked and I defend myself, totally fine.
Okay.
They're under 18 years old.
If I chase somebody down to confront them and I beat them up, who's the aggressor?
This is pretty scary.
We had them on video, nothing was
That's
done.
pretty
Right.
scary.
So
We had them on video, on cameras.
here's what the court asks. Would a reasonable person in the same situation have done the same thing? So, I don't have to answer the question, who's the aggressor? I have to answer the question, would a reasonable person in the same situation do what I'm about to do?
Well, it's different, when I was 35, different. When I'm 72, totally different story.
Correct.
Who's reasonable?
Correct? Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I want to propose that we maintain the current conversation as it relates to the possibility of creating a neighborhood watch program.
I was just about
Because
to
there's no
ask.
way that the good corporal would have enough time to educate everybody on the entire class. with
That's
this
what I was gonna
and
say,
all
is
that.
because what I'm picking up on it is what the board needed to see.
Gotcha.
So, basically, what this whole presentation that he's been doing is also so that this board can look at you guys and say, do we have an interest for this program? And it appears, quite honestly, that we do. I'm gonna ask you, Carol, since you've been kind of the spearheader behind this, how many people have you received responses from?
Several of my friends are for it, but they're
Do
not
we have a count?
necessarily here.
No, but do we have a count of people that are interested?
I do not, but
Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
so when we originally spoke with Carol, we did actually put out a spreadsheet so people could sign up if they were interested and know more about the program. And at our last check, we did have a dozen people on that list. And then verbally, we've had a couple people come in and tell us as well. So I would say roughly, I know there's 15 people at least that are interested, and some of the people that are saying they're interested in here, I don't know if they signed up for that list or not. So they may be an addition. So it looks like there's a good amount of people to form the group.
Yeah, I think there's the lady back here.
Hang on.
Whoa.
That's not lady what her question is.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Wait, the woman behind you has had her
Oh, I didn't
hand
realize.
Had it
scraping
up
the
for a long
ceiling for
time.
about 20 minutes.
So, couple things. Is there a high crime in RLE that is warranting this, like a neighborhood watch? Because as many people that are for it, there's as many people against it. I am not for it personally, but is there a high crime in here that's warranting something like this in our neighborhood?
No idea what the crime is here. I haven't checked the numbers, I don't know.
Okay, I can actually
We
add
have
to that.
these in neighborhoods where there's almost no crime, we have these in neighborhoods where there's lots of crime, so it doesn't matter. But I don't know what your crime rate is here.
Yeah, according to, usually Lieutenant Moore is here for the meetings. And during the last meeting that we had in May, he said that considering the area in which we're located, our crime rate is very low where we're located. He said that they don't get a lot of 911 calls out here per se. Most of the calls that they are responding to are domestics. Okay?
And that's what I've been seeing in the group, is just a lot of, for lack of a better word, people wanting to have a tell on each other and just being very immature adults and wanting to, oh, this is going on. If it's a legit violation, a legit code violation, something, I get it. But there's a lot of people, 'cause I'm very present in the groups, so there's a lot of people just complaining to complain.
Oh,
Not
yes.
actually
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
having
yes.
some legit reason. They're
Oh,
just
yes.
having a bad day.
We're very well aware of that. I'm going to answer this gentleman's question and then we're going to move on. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, just very quickly, it's unscientific, and maybe the reason this is more well-intended was the idea that crime watch, but maybe an unscientific straw poll with a raising of hands of people present here who are interested in the group.
We can do that.
I didn't see that Excel file.
Okay, anybody here? If you're interested, raise your hands. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to what this was really all about. I need to make sure. Here's the thing. I want to make sure, is this something that the board is behind? And if so, then I want a motion to support this.
I would like to speak on this.
Sure.
I am strongly against it because the people aren't going to be vetted. They might go on power trips and getting in other people's business that they shouldn't be getting into. We don't know the personalities of the people. They're not vetted at all.
So this.
It should be monitored.
I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
So my first question is, what is the sheriff's department going to provide for the neighborhood watch? So what does the sheriff's department provide?
Information and education. That's it.
Thank you very much. Okay. So this is another adult club,
No, it cannot be a club.
but it is.
No,
Because we're
it's
gonna
not
provide
because
this- are we gonna
this is
provide
not, it is not something that we are promoting. This is not an RLE club. Okay?
So, then the board doesn't need to be behind it at all.
Yeah, we don't have to vote then.
We don't have to do anything.
Okay, so let me ask this then. Would this board be fine with allowing the group to use facilities within here without fees?
No. Yes, if they make a club.
And that can't be a club because we don't run it.
We don't run the club either.
Well, we do all of their advertising, we do all of their promotional work and so on and so forth. That does come out of the RLE office.
So
This
we
would be
wouldn't
coming from the
promote-
sheriff's department.
We wouldn't promote on Facebook that we have a neighborhood watch.
The pages can do so.
Yeah. Just a graphic, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So, I'm just trying to stack everything, because you're saying it's not a club, but
it's
everything
not.
you're saying is a club. What part of it is not a club? You're gonna give them a
Let's
facility?
ask the MST department. I mean,
It's a sheriff's office program that we would share as their community partner, and we would host them in facilities as a community partner being the sheriff's office.
Okay,
But it's
so-
not the office, The office
They're
is
not
not
paying
involved in
club
crime
fees.
watch, we don't want the phone calls in the
Yeah,
office.
and they're not paying club fees.
So,
We would share it
so
too.
Dungeons and Dragons has a meeting, and somebody comes in and says, hey, I want to be involved in that. They call Jennifer. Jennifer says, yes, they meet first and third Friday, they meet this location. And so now someone else calls.
And
says,
verifies that they've paid their club
nope,
dues.
that's on the president of the club. And somebody else calls up and says, hey, do you guys have a neighborhood watch? And so Jennifer's gonna have to sit there and say, I can't answer that question because I don't know.
She would tell them there's a neighborhood watch and here's the number, whoever the captain is,
Yeah.
the neighborhood is
Because we're
selected.
partnering with them.
Okay, so I'm just having a real hard problem wrapping my head around why this is not a club because it seems like we don't want to call it a club. Because it's people within this area coming together to meet at our location that our tax dollars, that all of our tax dollars pay for. They elect a president, they get training from wherever sources outside of RLE, and then they use that information to have an enjoyable time and make their community better.
What about the liability? If we associate ourselves with it, then we could potentially be liable if something happens.
Well, I mean,
So we should
we're
step
no more-
away from it
we're
and
no
let
more
them do what they
liable.
wanna do.
Really, this is outside the purview of the advisory board.
Yeah.
You're here to provide a venue for them to meet, for the sheriff to make a presentation. This board should not have anything to do with a crime watch. You
Correct.
can't support it, you can't provide
Okay,
vehicles.
good, okay, then with that in mind, staff should decide whether or not the sheriff's office can utilize this facility and then let the board know that they've done so.
Oh, yeah.
We can do that. I don't care.
Because there's a precedent, there's a
Yeah,
precedent,
that'd be fine.
there's a precedent already set.
Yeah.
There's a precedent already set, it already exists. All you have to do is tell the board that this is what you're gonna do. And if the board has an issue, the board has an issue, and that can be brought up then.
Does that work? I want to make sure that our i's are dotted and our t's are crossed, okay, because I don't want to come back later on and find out that we're not in compliance.
No, they would be a community partner as an elected official, the sheriff's their program.
Fine.
It'd be the same thing as them deciding, those guys over there, to give the sheriff's office.
Them is us.
To give the sheriff's office a desk and an office space over in the old building over there. We wouldn't have anything to say with that. They would just say, this is what we're doing because it's a good idea. And it keeps the sheriff's office back. I don't think the board has any input.
Okay, but the board does have input when it is a,
Civic group?
no, hold on. When a club or organization is using a facility that is only for that specific
They've
group
already
or
set a
club.
precedent. They've already allowed groups in here to utilize the facility. And they're already doing it. So, and they just informed the board that they're doing it.
All right, and I guess there's no reason for us to even bring it up. All right, hold on, guys.
I've lived in a neighborhood watch.
Hold on. If you were going to talk to us, you need to come forward. Give me your name and address, please.
I do, well, he's.
Brian Forbes.
Wait, hold on.
I'm sorry, hold on. we're not against it, we're just.
No,
saying-
I'm not either. I'm not against it at all. I'm actually a proponent for it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Name, address.
4500 Freshwater Court. I've lived in a neighborhood watch community. It's not a club. You put up signs. Nowadays, you have cameras, and the neighborhood keeps watch on everybody else. That is 90% of the fact. People see a sign, neighborhood watch, they tend not to go there. Cameras, everybody get a solar camera on your house and watch. It's not about catching thieves, it's about deterring crime. That's all it's about.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the whole
It's
point.
not about policing, it's about deterring the criminals. And there's a lot of young, bad people that get away with crap.
Thank you.
And they have to be stopped. And the community has to stop them because the police haven't got the resources to be on every street every day.
Understood.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do.
Look, Mr. Chairman, I think this is a great program because this program, when executed well, checks on indigent individuals. The other thing that they check on, when done well, is snowbirds' homes.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm not talking about whether the home was broken into necessarily. I'm talking about the water that's running out underneath the garage door that
Please,
has.
I get that. I have 9 of them that I keep track of, okay?
So I'm not saying, the issue is, I think they just need to tell us that this is what they're gonna do because it's good for the community.
That's fine. That's fine.
And the board doesn't sponsor it.
No.
We don't have any financial investment in it, but I want us to go on the record as being in favor of it. I am in favor of it. I think it's an excellent idea. And anybody that doesn't, I'd like to know why. Really know why. Because just because people are going to say, this is cowboys and we're gonna be playing cowboys and Indians and I'm gonna go out and do some stuff and you can't do anything about it. That's not the whole point. The point is we watch our neighbors, we watch out for them. And that doesn't mean that you sit there and sit there with the telescope and look in the window and, doing stupid things like that. You watch for things that are out of place. People that are not supposed to be there wandering around looking in the windows. That's when you call the police. That's what we're here for.
Well, Mr.
And
Chairman,
I do that already.
Okay, so almost everybody supports this. Then why aren't we supporting this to be a club?
It's not a club.
What?
God, you people just, hang on a second. But you don't understand, if you make it a club, you have the facility of the support, you have everything. So by not making it a club, so why is it that you guys don't want to make it a club?
Liability.
Because that involves too much of our resources.
What's the resource?
It
Dan, I'm okay with it.
involves bringing the office, the main office involved into it. We're not going to do that. Plus, all of our clubs, every member pays a fee. We're not doing that with Neighborhood Watch.
I think these are all good ideas. I just want to know.
That's why I'm saying, no, it's not a club.
Okay,
It's
that's
not run like a club. It doesn't fit into the club.
It's not sponsored by us.
It is running.
Exactly.
But that's fine. Okay, I'm good. So let them do their thing and we'll move on.
Okay.
The liability issue is a small issue. You would assume some liability if you were sponsoring it / running it. So it is a small issue, but it is an issue that.
Exactly, which is why we left it in the hands of the sheriff's office, because they're already covered for this. They already have the liability
I think you have a
covered.
few more
They
questions.
already have the program.
Do you want to address any questions?
Oh, absolutely. Anybody, I don't do that. If you want to say something, step up, give me your name and
And she's
address.
disabled, so maybe she can stay sit down.
She had questions.
I
You good
would
with
like
it?
to say something.
Yes, ma'am. You good.
I was crime watch in our neighborhood in Torrance, California. And a policeman came and I had a screen. They gave a video of things that you should and should not do in order to not be broken into. Like, don't leave ladders outside where they can climb into your house. Because a lot of people don't close their windows upstairs because they think nobody can get up there, right?
Right, that's crime prevention and that part is
Now,
covered.
I was
in-
crime watching, we had everybody at my house, the policeman came and gave a video. And the video was very, very interesting. We had coffee and cake at my house. And I was captain of the crime watch.
And we can do that.
And I've been here for 26 years. And this neighborhood is growing by leaps and bounds. And we don't know where these people are coming from. We don't know their names.
We don't know why they're coming.
To live.
And we need to get the people who live here together.
Yep, sounds good.
But the video was the policeman came and gave all this information for people not to do.
Yep, that's crime
They
prevention.
will,
We do that.
they will be presenting that to the main meeting when they have the list of everybody that's involved or wants to be involved, and they do their presentation. That will be all done in the
See,
initial
it
meeting.
isn't just me, but see, I know I'm on a walker right now, but that's a temporary thing. I have a venous ulcer on my leg. But anyway, I have a partner, and my daughter who is very much younger than me.
We're gonna get together at your house anyway. Just keep the
What
donut
I
coffee
can do,
coming.
she can.
Okay, is there anybody else? Carol, please come on up.
I want to keep it simple. Let's just say something that's just common sense.
Name, address.
Carol, 4500 Freshwater Court.
Thank you.
And I listened to all this, and the thing is, this is a man. He's trained in law enforcement. We aren't. I
Correct.
don't want to crack a gun. I don't want to kill anybody. I pay my taxes. I'm a newcomer. I'm a good person. And I've witnessed a lot of people come in this area. They do have more money, but they are nice people. They will help us. Some of the ones that are actually committing the crimes are actually from this area. So we do pay a lot in taxes. Look at your tax bill. We pay a lot for law enforcement from Marion County for their jobs. We should you. And we also pay extra money at Rainbow Lakes Estate for law enforcement. So therefore, we have a problem.
And that's what Neighborhood Watch is, calling us, empowering folks to call us. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tony Ramachetti. I live at 20154 Southwest Rainbow Lakes Boulevard. I don't want the flag out in front. What I would recommend to the team here is why don't we have a meeting, and the people who are interested at least get more information so everybody here can make their own decision. The young lady has valid points, you have valid points, everybody has valid points. But how about getting everybody together who are, just check it out, see if it's something for them. If they're interested, then they can join up.
That is exactly the
And
way
that's
it
all
was
you
planned.
need to do.
I like it.
And I have cameras all over my
This
house, I'm
meeting,
here just to help everybody.
this meeting was merely for him to be able to
Yeah.
present it to the board.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it.
His actual meeting, his training and all the rest of that will be at a later date.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Everybody else can do it.
Anyone else? Name and address.
Brian, 4500 Freshwater Court. Thank you for changing the speed limit on Beach Road to 30. 45 was way too fast, and I appreciate that.
On
With
Beach.
the neighborhood watch, there'll be signs up on the streets saying this is the neighborhood watch area.
So there can be. We have signage that says crime watch area, that's all we carry. We can give that to the board. It is very specific with Department of Transportation as to where and how they're mounted. But in addition to that, you can go to the the Neighborhood Watch website, the National Neighborhood Watch, and order additional signage, more recognizable maybe. But ours has our logo and just says crime watch area.
Okay.
Good, thank you.
Anyone else?
We'll get it solved.
All right.
All right, I'll put it back.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Is that something that roads folks? Thank you. Supplies and signs?
Can we put them on?
Yeah. Do we know what the rules and regulations are for those?
Find out.
Okay, all right.
For sure,
All right.
but I don't wanna-
Just- It was thrown out there, I'm like, okay, this is kind of curious, let me ask.
We don't have that in your
Well, you know.
Are there any board members that have anything they would like to share? If not, I do. What? Oh, we still have people that signed up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, where are those folks?
All right, so first we have Scott Barker.
Yes.
Scott,
Scott Barker is ceding his time to me. I'm Kirk Parrish. I live in
Come on
Troy.
up, come on up.
Well, I'm gonna work from back here if it's quite all
Oh,
right.
he has something to
Oh,
I
okay.
have a PowerPoint presentation to amplify. In keeping in mind with the theme that we seem to be having this evening of see something, say something, as well as perhaps neighborhood watch issues, we have managed to stir up a hornet's nest in our little area of our paradise. We live on Lake Bonneville right over here. Scott unfortunately has been the brunt of this, but it does affect all of us in this area on Southwest Shorewood. Did I mention my address? 408 Southwest Shorewood. I would like these guys to know this. So what has been happening here, there's been a timeline of events that started back on the 20th and is still continuing now. On the 20th, there was a couple of folks, we know who they are. They do live in Rainbow Lake Estates. I'll make this PowerPoint, I'll put it out on the website, so on the Facebook page, so y'all can have it if you need it. Anyhow, the guy has reckless driving conviction back in 2020, so he's got a history of this sort of crap. But anyway, they were in the middle of the lake on their 4x4s.
Were there
Oh, well, this is on the 20th, there's more pictures of them. They were there in the daytime and in the evening times. There is a little bit of a video here, you can see at nighttime, Scott went out to confront them at some point and inform them that being in the middle of the lake is not a good idea. You're not allowed to be in the middle of the lake. So, as a result, that evening, they came back and did this to the road in front of his house. Police
That's
have
where
been
that
notified.
came from.
Here's another video of more retaliation on the 3rd of July. Came by, and you'll see on the side, you see dirt start kicking up as they peel out on that particular area, not only in his yard, in the next door neighbor's yard, which has this baby living there, as well as 5 dogs. He has a dog, we have a dog. There's neighbors in between us with 4 children. This is ridiculous. So this is the damage that they caused on that particular thing. So there's property damage involved in this, road damage involved in this. This is a car with the 4-wheeler on the trailer behind it. Now, they continue to come through on July 7th, they changed vehicles. So they got a buddy that's now helping them out, running around doing this stuff. 25 mile an hour speed limits, not really being obeyed. They're whizzing down the road. So why do we care? Well, first of all, safety of our neighborhood. I sat last night in our living room and we could look out and see the walkers that go down the road. It's a very peaceful road, very little traffic. I counted 25 people out doing an evening stroll with their husbands, with their wives, with their children. That kind of crap's gonna run over somebody one of these days. Also, protected species. I don't know if y'all knew this, but not too terribly long ago, there were several hundred sandhill cranes in here that, which I'm guessing is their biannual meet and greet for the adolescents to keep the gene pool alive. Love it. But if they're in the middle of that lake, it's already low enough. They're disturbing fish habitats, they're disturbing these kind of habitats. There's gopher tortoises all around this place. And you know what? All of these things take statutes. I was hoping the deputy would stay, but he had to go. So at any rate, so there are criminal penalties as well as civil penalties for all this stuff, leaving skid marks in the road. They can be responsible for having to pay for that, by the way, when you all do the maintenance. And there, I know that the center's looking to see how much it's going to cost to get that road fixed. That's considered intentional damaging. They can actually confiscate their truck and anything that was used to cause the damage.
All right, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Have you reached out to the local law enforcement? Have you
Yes, law
contacted the sheriff's
enforcement has been
department?
notified every step of this way.
And have you reached out to FWC?
Not at this point.
Okay, because those are the two that we need to
Exactly.
notify about
I
that.
understand. Basically, we're here today to get this on record in case the escalation continues.
Got it.
So we appreciate your time.
No, thank you for your
Thank you.
presentation.
Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
Can I just say something because I talked to this man and he's
Carol,
really nice.
Carol.
Not you do a presentation, but I know Scott. We walk every night around with Scott, and he's afraid to talk to you. I used to be. But it might not be hard. I lived this life once, and nothing gets resolved unless we speak up. But I speak for somebody who's afraid to speak. So Scott, would you come up and speak to the board?
There's nothing else these folks can do for you.
He has notified.
Yeah, the board really can't do anything. It's-
No, but I understand what he's saying. He wanted it on record, and it is now on record. It becomes part of the official record when it gets recorded in Marion County. So it is, but at the same time, I have to point out, when you see these things occurring, continue to contact law enforcement about it.
Every time he has.
Absolutely, continue to
We've all
do it.
placed more cameras up around our facilities and, yeah, it's all, anything happens.
And are you
at this
feeding
point,
these
we're-
images and videos to the sheriff's department?
When they come out, they're showing them, whether they take them or not. Again, they don't have enough proof to do anything, even though we know who this is.
Which I
Yeah.
don't understand that, it's on video and eyewitness, so I don't understand why we're not doing charges.
It's not heavy enough yet. I think somebody's gotta get hurt before they're really.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. You live in fear, either the perpetrator or the.
All right, did we have another one?
We do. I do need the last name of this person if they are going to speak. It is Tony. Okay, Tony, what is your?
It's Ramachet, R-A-M-A.
Okay, no.
Oh, okay.
That's a very cool name, but I'm not going to.
It's a whole lot of spaghetti. I got these.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I just wanted to find out how.
Address.
Oh, 20154 Southwest Rainbow Lakes Boulevard.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, I got it real quick. I just want to know, how do you create a club? I own an RV. I don't know how many people here have RVs. We just moved to the community, and I'd like to find out more about the camping around here and see if there's any like-minded people who would be interested in creating a little group, because I had one where I came from, and it was really fun, and we had loved to camp, and we used to do it.
Okay, there is rules to how to create a club.
Okay.
You can pick that information up, I believe, at the office.
Yeah, come see
And I
us.
Where are you
think,
at? Right over here?
Right at
Yes,
the
Up in the
street.
sinking building?
No,
No.
across from the city building.
I'm
the other
all
one.
about sinkholes out here. Okay.
Yeah, definitely come see us.
And you're over here.
Yeah,
yes.
right at district office at the
Okay.
top of the hill. Megan and I will give you all the information
Then how
about.
do we get it out to the people?
Well, first you get it to us.
Yeah.
Oh, get it to you, I got you.
Then we recognize your club, and then you go on from there.
All right.
We'll tell you all the steps. We'll give you the full shebang.
Okay, I can do that. And also, Chad, I did sign up for the thing that you asked me to do, commissioners thing.
Oh, yes, okay, good.
I'd like to.
So Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, we're in there.
Can you
Come on.
get him the website?
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
I can also.
Anybody else?
No, there's no one else on the public list. I just don't want him to leave. Don't leave, Tony.
All right, guys, you have been asked to stay
Just stay a minute so I can talk.
after the meeting. Okay. Is there anybody else that has anything?
Nobody's gonna say anything else.
And this comes from the one that doesn't talk.
It's a gift.
All right, how about the board members? Do you have anything?
I think enough's been said.
Katie, do we have an update on all the wire reels that are still left in the right of way?
I do not have an update on that.
Do we know how many is left?
There's a lot.
I know code enforcement was working with the cable companies to get them picked back up. So, but I haven't heard anything since last
And
time.
I ran by a couple of them today when I was out doing my runs.
Okay,
So,
it's
so
still
now
up.
it's, now it's affecting exactly what we said it was gonna affect last fall, is that it is currently affecting the grass cutting in the right of way. So now we have areas on Seacliff and all the rest of these, and, you know.
Actually, I think that is where I saw the reel too, was on
There's lots
Seacliff.
of- So that's now affecting the grass cutting. And so
Yeah, I'll
that-
get with code enforcement on Monday and see what their plan is to get these out of there. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Well, we're past 6 months. And I know code enforcement is almost at glacier speed, we're at 6 months.
All I can do is keep,
I know, but you're aware of it, so,
I'll take care of it.
thank you, sir. Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
Oh, man, I'm having a great time.
Start a club on it.
I want the board to be aware of the proposed Florida property tax initiative, information and possible impacts to the current 5-year plan. This was brought up at our budget meeting that we had here in June with the commissioners. And there's been a subsequent meeting that was held on the 19th?
This past Monday.
13th.
Yes, 13th, thank you. On the 13th, I just want us to be aware of it because this will have impacts on both our general government budget as well as our recreation budget. Now, I know that the commissioners, our colleagues, are looking at the shortfalls as well as ways to mitigate these shortfalls. I don't want to go into too much detail on it, but this because it's still in the early stages. But we are looking to see. We know that there's going to be an impact. We're not sure what that impact is going to be yet, as far as dollars and cents. We also don't have all of the information from Tallahassee as to how they're planning to, I guess, implement this and other initiatives surrounding, because we're not the only special district that's going to be impacted by this.
100 and something minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I just want everybody to be cognizant and aware that this is something that we all need to kind of keep in the back of our heads. Our next year's budget has been approved, so we're good for next year. But into the next process, when we start looking at our budgets and what, you know, our wish lists and what we want to do, we need to come back and revisit our 5-year plan and take a look at some of the items on that.
So are we hoping that staff is gonna enlighten us?
Staff.
Somebody gonna come and give us an update on what?
Well, once
it's
they
gonna
get
affect the
additional,
county, or-
yeah, once they get the additional
I'm sure when
information.
that happens, the commissioners, yeah, we'll get updates. There'll be
Oh,
a
yeah.
meeting.
So, I mean, we're gonna be in the dark for a while, but eventually somebody's gonna educate us a little bit more than just educating ourselves, right?
Well, yes, and that's why I was bringing it to your attention, because there is, and I don't know how that works, because we watched the meeting.
Yeah, you can go back and watch the meeting. I would actually encourage you to watch the meeting that happened this Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, I
I sent it
think.
in the email to you.
Yeah, there's even a PowerPoint there that the budget director put together that has all different slides and projections. Again, we don't know anything until it passes, and then once they have their meeting, I guess, a month or two after that, how that's gonna affect, but.
Yeah, but I just want us to have a heads up and be aware of it.
And it won't affect this next year, it's the year
It's the
after.
following
28,
year.
right? 28.
Yeah, 20,
Following year and
28,
successive.
yes, yeah.
27 to 28.
Yeah.
So I just wanted that to be out there.
So are we gonna need another budget meeting of our own to figure out how to modify?
I think that
the
what
budget
we
already
will,
have?
I think what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna end up responding and reacting to whatever the implementation and impacts are that come out of Tallahassee and out of the commissioner's office. And because they're gonna be able to provide us with what we can and can't do. You
We'll know
know,
by the time it's.
Exactly.
It's time to do your budget again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I just want us to be aware of it going forward. All right, if there's nothing else, then I'll continue on. We have an ice cream social on Wednesday, July 29th from 5 to 8 in the youth center. The pajama party is July 30th, 5 to 8 at the youth center. Glow party, Wednesday, July 31st, 5 to 8 at the youth center. And our next advisory meeting is going to be Thursday, August 20th at 6:30, probably in this location. A lot of the clubs, events, and so on are in the newly redesigned, thank God, communicator. And I advise everybody that's here to please pick one up, okay?
It's beautiful.
All right, with all of that said, we're adjourned.
Yay.